Well, thank you so much for joining us for another daily devotion. We are so glad you're here, and we're thankful for you. And just been praying for you, for our nation, for all people and people groups to come and know the gospel and to know the power of forgiveness, and that the church may stand in the power of forgiveness. That the church may preach and exemplify grace, forgiveness, justice, and goodness. And I think it's a powerful time. Everywhere we live. No matter what town you live in, no matter where you're from, this town, Florence and the Shoals area, just an incredible history here. I think about all the people when you walk through the Marriott. They have a outside close to the splash pad. They have this area where you can. It's kind of this walk of fame that you can walk through, and local people that have made such significant differences, whether it be the pilot who flew the fastest record of speed, or maybe Sam Phillips, who put together such great, incredible music and was able to produce some of the greatest hits in the world, and maybe Rick Hall, as you think about the music history here. When you drive through downtown, you see where Dred Scott was here at one time, and you can read about that history here. You read about the history of the Civil War and just the Wesleyan Hall and all those areas on UNA's campus. You see Andrew Jackson's Military Road here. You see the Kennedy Douglas Art Center, all kinds of Pope's Tavern. Over and over, you could just really do some incredible work as you study this area's history, and that's why I'm going to show you a couple things that are some of those history markers for me. I enjoy the history here, and I want to show you these Muscle Shoals, Small Town Big Sound, but also Sam Phillips. Some of the greatest hits. I said the man who invented rock and roll, and so you get all kinds of great names on this: Carl Perkins, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, all those kind of folks. And then on this one, I mean, just legendary people: Vince Gill, Kid Rock, Aloe Black, Michael McDonald, Grace Potter, Steven Tyler. Just incredible music that has been made here in the Shoals area, and this is kind of that tribute to it, about what has been done here and what has happened here, and it's a reminder to me that um, there's a great opportunity for you. You know, I don't want to give you some false hope about your life and what the Lord may do with it, but I also don't want to discourage you. And what I would like to say to you is this: is that God has a way of exalting the humble. God has a way of giving us grace that we need and allowing us to be a part of things that we never thought we would ever be a part of. I've been privileged to know some of the greatest people in the world that have lived right here in this area. And I want to ask you something. What's stopping you? What's stopping you from doing what God's called you to do? What's stopping you from taking the chance? From being, when people mention your name or talk about you, what's stopping you from being one that they say, it's one of the greatest people I know? Think about some legendary people that I have been privileged to know. I think about Al and Joanne Henderson that made a profound effect on me and impact on my life. Think about Charlie Wilson. I think about Ron Phillips, who just lives down the street, and the incredible impact he's had on my life, just teaching me to have joy in all circumstances and teaching me how to laugh and always have a good time, but always be an encourager and always have a positive word to say to somebody. I think about encouragers in my life that I think about Kay Parker, Carl Parker, just constant encouragers that walk alongside you and they just want to tell you something good and encourage you. And then I think about ministry heroes that I have and been able to work with and work alongside, like Jerry Ray and Greg Hammond and Dr. Daugherty and just name after name that I'm privileged to have a relationship with, and a privilege to get to know John Brock and others. I mean, there's just countless others. Greg Woodard, Greg Woodall, others that have just gone the extra mile. And it's a reminder to me When I read in 1 Peter 3, verse 8, it says this: finally, all of you have unity of mind, sympathy, brotherly love, a tender heart, and a humble mind. And when you walk through each of those qualities, I'm going to read it again. Have unity of mind, sympathy, brotherly love, a tender heart, and a humble mind. In Romans 12, it says, live in harmony with one another. You know what's pretty incredible when I look back at Sam Phillips and what he was able to do? He was able to take all different types of people, all different cultures, all different styles, and he was able to blend them together and bring about some great harmony. I hope that in your life, the Lord gives you an opportunity to be a person of harmony, a person of unity, a person of brotherly love, a person of sympathy, and a person with a tender heart and a humble mind. If you had two of those qualities, and just think about a tender heart and a humble mind, you'd be powerful, and you'd be one of the greatest people to live in this area. Thank you so much for joining us, and I pray that you live a life of harmony, sympathy, and unity during these times. We love you. Thank you.